Hello there, fellow scientists. My name is Max, and this is Tea Time with Max. Long time no see. The academic year is in full swing, and I could not be happier. Let's talk about it. So, it's been about a month, a bit over a month now, since I started my course, my physics course at the University of Bristol. And it's been great. Honestly, it's been great. So, I'm going to talk about the academic stuff first, and then I'm going to talk about the social part of it as well. So far, we have covered a bit of mechanics, classical mechanics, Newtonian mechanics. So, how forces interact with one another, how to resolve forces into its like cardinal direction sort of thing, how to solve problems with simple machines. For example, at what speed will something roll down a hill, given enough distance, or if you throw something off a cliff, how far will it land, etc. So basically basic, well done, the basic laws of motion. That's fun. I loved it. It's been great. The other parts of physics we started talking about is optics, so the behavior of light. More specifically, we were talking about geometric optics, so drawing ray diagrams and all that, how the light reflects off of mirrors, plane mirrors, but also curved mirrors, and how light interacts with lenses, how it bends. It's been great. I actually got myself a bunch of prisms to observe for myself how the light actually reacts, how light acts, how it goes through objects. It's been great. I have posted a few pictures on my Discord with rainbows splitting the light into its colors. Yeah, it's good fun. It's been good fun. For maths, it's been a lot of things I've already done before. Things like arithmetic series, geometric series, logarithms, quadratic equations, fairly basic stuff. But for each bit that we did, I learned something new, which is good. So we went over the things I already knew by more depth, in more detail. And also, we started talking about something that I really, really enjoy, which is writing proofs. That's gonna be an awkward cut, but I went on a total tangent talking about proofs and proving stuff, and it wasn't necessary. But yes, writing proofs is fun. Coming up with a conjecture, well, seeing a pattern, trying to ascertain what the pattern is, and then proving with algebra or different other methods of proofs that this will always be the case no matter what. It's good fun. It's good fun. I suppose the analogy to writing proofs in mathematics is in science you observe something, you write a hypothesis, and then you attempt to prove it. However, in mathematics, it's more concrete. Once you prove something, once you create a theorem, it will always be the case no matter what. As opposed to, for example, in science, let's talk about Newton, why not? The Newton's laws of gravity, whereas correct, they are not complete. So then Einstein comes along and thinks of the general relativity, and it doesn't mean that Newton was incorrect. Newton was correct in the cases that he studied, but now we have a better understanding of gravity thanks to Einstein. But we also know that Einstein's general relativity is not complete either, because it kind of breaks down in black holes and it doesn't work with quantum mechanics. So proofs in mathematics are much more concrete than theories in science. But the process of it is what's fun, because in school, when it comes to maths, I think it's great the service that schools do to maths. We usually deal with numbers and numbers only. So the teacher wants to see us go through a calculation, and that's basically it. But when it comes to actually thinking mathematically and proving conjectures mathematically, it's much more writing and saying things in full sentences than there is playing with numbers. You basically have to explain your thought process at each step. and I think it's great because that's literally how I think. Like, it's really hard sometimes to write something out in a neat algebraic equation. Is much easier to just write out in a sentence, this should mean that this is right, therefore blah 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 blah, whatever. Yeah, so it's great. Writing proofs is great, fantastic. So yeah, academically it's been really good. I've got my first exam for physics, my first assessment test 2 weeks from now, and that will cover the mechanics topics that we've covered and optics. And my first assessment for maths, I think, will happen in about a month. Suddenly got really dark in the room. Sun, why have you done this to me? So actually the sign is the clouds, same difference, whatever. Yes, so on the social side of things, I am very happy to say that my course mates are really fun to work with. There's only a few of us. There's 11 of us on the course, on the foundation year for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics STEM. 3 of us are doing the chemistry pathway, 8 of us are doing the physics pathway. So I interact much more with the physics guys, obviously, but we have a joint maths class between chemistry and physics, and a joint academic skills class altogether. So yeah, the guys are great. Not gonna lie, the guys are great. We hang out together after classes, we study together, we solve problems together, we have a very, very busy group chat. We send about 600 messages every weekend. This weekend has been quiet. I think everybody just wants to have a little chill, myself included. Wow, yeah. But yes, it's a lively bunch. They are fun to hang around with, fun to talk to, fun to study with. Yeah, they are great. Additionally, I started going to the language cafe that I was talking about earlier. It's a language exchange sort of place. I volunteered as an English speaker, and also as a Polish speaker. So the first week the language cafe was running, I was volunteering both as an English speaker and a Polish speaker on the same day. It's different time slots, okay? So it wasn't like at the same time. But to my surprise, there were actually people interested in Polish language, which is quite cool. And not just beginners, but also like intermediates to advanced Polish speakers, not native Polish speakers, which is quite interesting to see. One of them is just a crazy guy. He speaks 7 languages, and Polish just happens to be one of them. He's insane. And the other one has a Polish father. Parent, there we go. For some reason that word just escaped my mind. But yes, and she wanted to get better at Polish in general because she doesn't speak Polish at home. So it was fun. That was fun. And also I joined one of those sessions, not as a volunteer, I joined as a Spanish learner, and that was fun as well. The volunteer at the table was from Chile. It was a good conversation. There was 6 of us at the table, 1 volunteer, 5 of us. Yeah, we chatted about different things, variety of things. And as I expected, I understand much more than I can say still. But to be honest, I don't really spend as much time in Spanish media as I should. I do read my Spanish book on the bus, but also not every day. So it's only natural that my Spanish learning kind of slow down. But yes, yep, so far so good. Oh, there's one more thing, actually. Social kind of, but also academic kind of. The Student Society for Physics in Bristol is called Chaos, and they organize talks every 2 weeks, I think. They bring somebody to give a talk, give a little lecture on a specific subject within physics. And next Thursday, yes. No, this Thursday. This Thursday, I'm going to talk about medical physics. It's gonna be very interesting. My wife studied biomedical science, so she's on that medical part, and I obviously study physics, so I'm more of a of that sort of side of it. But it's gonna be interesting to see how physics and physical concepts are used in medicine. My guess it's gonna be for diagnostics tools like the MRI, magnetic resonance interface, something to do with magnets, magnetic fields. Yes, it's gonna be fun to see what they're gonna talk about. So yeah, a month in, it's great. It's much busier than I expected. I think I definitely do more than 40 hours of study between being there for lectures, but also being at home and studying. Then, yeah, so it's a lot. It's a lot, but it's fun. Some days I get so into it, I struggle to go to sleep, and I wake up all the time, and I close my eyes and I see equations, and it's terrible because at that time, 1 o'clock at night, I want to sleep. I don't want to be seeing equations. I just wanna sleep and rest, and my brain is just not letting me do that. So if that happens the next day, I usually just try to not do anything to kind of reset myself. But yes, it's hard, but it's good fun. So yeah, this is it. This is the update on the 22nd of October. Wow, time flies when you're having fun, literally. Wow, it's crazy. So I suppose I shall see you whenever next I see you. Whether that be a week from now or a month from now, I don't know. I do these videos whenever I feel like I have the power. And it's gonna be nice to look at them 2, 3, 5 years from now. So either way, this is it. I shall see you very soon. Bye bye.